所定くらえ。いや、そこな。はっ、見切りました。やっせそこはっせ
先に
行くぞ。
誰だ。
逃げ道はありません。稲光すなわち永遠なり。見切りました。
先に行くぞ。やった仕掛けるぞ。なんだ前
桜吹雪
活目せよ。行くぞ。
トンホーレ
拙者の
そこだ。
負けだ。
きの雷
任せてください。戦場のお掃除の時間です。きれいにしませんと。
下がれ。いやくらえ。急ごう。あ、そこな。よっトン。あ、これくらえ。これふっもう見つめ見切りました。無我の境地。そこ。裁きの雷ひゅった稲光すなわち永遠なり。はっせっふっやっはっそっはっせっふっせっふっやっだっやっだっ下がれ。やっ
騎士の風格に気をつけます。
容赦はしない。
岩の重さは安心できます。
短所鉄拳よっトン。そこな。逃げ道はありません。失礼。くらえ。あ、いやほれよっそこな。このトン燃えよ。くらえ。しくじった。踊りなさい。よっ失礼。 きの雷ここより弱滅の時。
きれいにしませんと。メイドの礼儀に気をつけます。庭のお店は安心できます。助けが必要な方。
見切りました。ボーン。いや、物送りの剣。これ。そこな。急ごう。行くぞ。急ごう。急ごう。よっ、ほれ。そこだ。雪を前。逃げ道はありません。稲光、すなわち永遠なり。せっ。とっ。やっ。せっ。くらえ。そこだ。いや。くらえ。あ、そこだ。トン。いや、くらえ。よっ。ほれ。
きれいにしませんと。助けが必要な方がいるはずです。これで間に合いますね。
踊りなさい。桜吹雪。下がれ。行くぞ。トン。あは。水をイン。見切りました。はったよっ。そこだ。ほれ。雪を前。それ。宝探し、これもまた一興です。
今回は大物が釣れた。
先方は私が。
これで間に合いますね。助けが必要な方がいるはずです。
俺のハンマー
ヒュンキ陸力投資よっ
強行
きれいにしませんと。助けが必要な方がいるはずです。
屋敷で何かが起こるなんてことありません。
これは奉行様のご確認が必要な書類だ。それと
こう。
こそこそ何をする。
チャック。ヒューキ。チャック。よっやっ。岩の重さは安心できます。チャック。
皆様、どうかお気をつけください。中に入っ、そして肝に銘じてください。決してお連れ様を一人。
見ろ、係の者が参加者に忠告している。やはりここには何かがあるんだ。早く調査に取り掛かろう。
お二人様、ようこそいらっしゃいました。
実は知り合ったばか。
いえいえ、大丈夫ですよ。恥ずかしい。ああ、そうだ。出発の前、これは体内の陽気を引き出し、それに普段では見えないものが見えるようになったりします。鬼といえば陰、そしてそれを払うのが陽です。つまり陽気が必要となってきます。
そんな飲み物を聞いたことないが、まさか秘宝の類だろうか。それとも何かの薬剤？そうなのか？ならなぜあの者はあそこまで大げさに言う。にしても万が一この飲み物に陽気を引き出す力があるなら、僕にとってはかなり危険だ。僕は純陽の体という希少。この体質は周囲の妖魔を追い払ってくれる反面、そのせいで僕、普段は暴走しないよう抑えてるんだ。外部。
そっちのお兄さん、その顔どうやら疑ってますね。美味しいし効果も抜群ですよ。ではこうしましょう。どちらか片方が飲んで飲まなかった方を守るという。
せっか
飲み物はこちらです。さあどうぞ。おお、気合十分ですね。それじゃ。
ここが肝試し大会の会場か？想像以上にもしこの場に本当に妖魔がいたら、今のところ特に異常はないが、参加者たちは危険があるとみじんも思っていないようだな。言ってる意味がよくわからないのだが。そうか？それに普段から修行だけじゃない。自分の感情の起伏だから遊んでる暇もなかったし、皆がさあ早く妖魔を見つけよう。どこ？
あんたが肝試し大会なんかに誘わなかったらこんな怖い思いしなくて済んだのに。
そう怒るなって。はあ、もう
それとこれとは。
すまない。盗み聞きするつもりはなかったんだが、ひょっとして僕たちは妖魔を探しているんだ。
あんた別に何も見てないわよ。何も知らないから私に聞かないで。お願いだから放っておいて。妖魔にもう言う。
ああ、誤解だ。僕はただそれの見た目と行方を聞きたいだけで、説明しにくいなら道を案内してくれ。
道案内？
いや、僕らが連れて行くわけでは。
絶対に。
はい、そこまで。それ以上言っても彼女の誤解が怖がってるのがわからないのか？そんなもん探したければ。
すまない。悪気はなかったんだ。まさか怖がらせてしまうとは。そうなんだ。だからお前たちが遭遇した妖魔を
奉仕が妖魔退治のために肝試しに。事情は分かった。だが俺はただ彼女と遊びに来ただけ。ただこいつが怖がってるからもう帰るけど、お前らが探してるようなもんは見てない。強いて言うなら
礼を言う。それだけ。どうやら何かがだが、なぜ怖い思いまでしてこんなところへ遊びに来るんだ？奥が深いな。僕はだが一つ分かったことがある。それはお前がとにかく他の場所を探してみよう。 これは間違いなく痕跡が薄いのには2つの可能性がある。どちらにしろ僕の予想通り、ここには妖魔が潜んでいるいや、無謀の丘がこんな風になったのには様々な言い伝え。まあこのように変わってから妖魔を引き寄せるようになったのは事実だが、さて痕跡も見つけたし、これで妖魔に一歩近づいたな。
ついてこないで。もうこれ以上付きまと。
そこまで拒否しな。とりあえず落ち着いてよ。
もう知らない。一体何考えてるの？
待て、それもう大丈夫。
あなた誰？
あれ？人間あまりにも拒んでいるものだから妖魔に。
彼女はただ
何が起こっていただけよ。誰のせいだと思ってるの？なのにあなたと来たらただ入り口をうろうろするだけ。それじゃあ肝だ。
悪かったよ。それに今はこうやって。いや、ごめん。本当はちょっと怖くてさ。他の人もいるし、お互い少し冷静になろう。
はあ、ただの勘違い。
謝るから許してくれ。
いいわ、私も。
いいんだ、気にしてないよ。君は。
やだ、急にどうしたの？もう。
ただの恋人。邪魔。
今日は激用当色をかぶる必要も舞台化粧をする必要もありません。のんびりとした一日です。
なんとか手がかりは見つかった。次はもう少し奥まで進んでみよう。だが僕はこの体質だ。さっきまでは手がかりを集めていただけで妖魔がいるとは限らなかった。僕の純陽の体では妖魔を驚かせてしまう。それで逃がしてしまえば、これまで冒険者であるお前の実力ともし強い妖魔が現れたら僕もすぐに駆けつけ。ああ、
見てみますね。
ちっとばかしやりすぎたか。ここは立ち入り禁止だぞ。まあいいや。俺はここの鬼役で今は休憩中。暑いから衣装を脱いだんだ。そうだよ、本物の鬼なんかいるわけ。俺たちも参加者も本物の。求めているのはただの雰囲気、あるいはきっかけ、高鳴る胸の鼓動、そして恐怖と驚き。普段じゃ言えない言葉を口にできるのが肝試しの醍醐味なんだよ。よっしゃ、 俺もそろそろ仕事に戻るか。
おかえり。どうだ、ヨーマはいたか？それってヨーマどころかここには何の危険もなくて、全ては人の手で仕掛けられたものだった。そうか。ではここにとどまり続ける必要。あれは確かにヨーマが存在していた証。僕ももう少し調べたいと思っていたんだ。ああ、その二手に分かれた方が効率がいい。僕には純陽の体がある。逆に単独行動のお前は逃げようとするヨーマを見つけやすくなるだろう。それでも構わない。ヨーマをほふる。僕はこっち、お前はあっちを。
お姉ちゃん、線を手伝って。あの水色の髪の胞子がね。だからあの胞子を連れてどこか遠いとこ。全然近づけないの。あの力怖いよ。線はまだ消えたくないの。だからお願い。じゃあさっきあの胞子が誰かと揉めてるところを遠く。線なら面倒なやつを追い払えるよ。その代わり線を見逃してくれない？本当だよ。ダメかな。お願いを聞いてくれ。あの水色の髪の胞子、線が彼を手伝う。あなたも彼を手伝う。
お前さ、さっきからヨーマだのなんだのって。
そうですよ。そもそも奉仕が肝試し大会に参加して鬼はいないって。
正直納得がいかない。この会場に鬼がいるのなら参加者の安全をないがしろにして金を稼ぐのは道徳に逆に鬼がいないとなると、このような雰囲気を作っただけの大会を開催するのは詐欺。僕の質問にまともに答えようともせず、それで嫌がらせだと？
だから肝試し大会っていうのはもともとそういうものなんだって。これ以上お客さんに迷惑をかけるなら。
納得できる説明が聞けたなら言われなくとも。だが今この状況でここを去ってしまえばヨーマを。
助けて
おい、
皆さんどうされたんですか？
そんなバカなことあるか。だがみんな落ち着いてくれ。
なるほど、ヨーマではなくその子が僕の危機を知り、わざと皆を驚かして助けてくれたと。お前の話を聞く限りだと確かに害のある存在ではないようだ。わかった。その子は人を傷つけない。だがいつの日か一線を越えるようなことがあれば奉仕の責務に関わらず僕が責任を。そうだといいな。では行こう。ここの主催者は僕と。どうした？僕は自分の善悪に対する善か悪かの判断は慎重に行わなければ一生悔やむことになるからな。待ってくれ。まさかそうか。僕はそんな風に見えていたのか。ああ、そうなのか。よかった。ああ。
よっしゃ、今日は盛り上がりそうだぞ。みんな一旦手を止めろ。誰が来たか見に来いよ。
いや、旅人じゃないか。やっぱり姉貴は君も気候の祝賀会に招待してたんだ。
ああ、旅人。また稲妻で大事件を解決したんだって。
私も聞いたよ。旅人のおかげで稲妻のメガリレーが廃止されたんだよね。すごいじゃん。
さすがは姉子だ。人を見る目がある。あんたが稲妻を旅することで一波乱巻き起こるって姉子が言ってたぜ。
そう謙遜しないで。以前このリーユエコーを守ってくれたのも君だってみんな知ってるんだから。
モンドでも栄誉騎士に関する噂で持ちきりらしいぜ。本当に大したもんだ。
だからさ、あなたのようなすごい人は南十字に残るべきだと思うの。ね、みんなもそう思うでしょ？
そうそう。旅人が仲間になったところを想像したらなんだかワクワクしてきた。私と腕相撲で勝負してみない？
あんたは忙しいから来れないんじゃないかって心配してたところだ。
お、姉子が来たぜ。
北斗姉さん、うちら今ちょうど旅人を説得してたところなんだ。
北斗の姉貴も手伝ってよ。なんとかして旅人をこの船に乗せよう。
こいつならもう私らと一緒にお祝いするため船に乗ってるだろ。
お祝いのためじゃなくて、これからもこの船にいてもらった方がいいと思うんだ。姉さんならうちらの言ってることわかるでしょ？
まあまあ、よくわかるさ。旅人は私でも尊敬のできる人物だ。とても素晴らしいやつでもある。もしこいつが仲間に加わってくれたら南十字にとってこれ以上光栄なことはない。
そうそう、その通り。
だが旅人ほどの英傑にはなすべきことがある。だからこいつも旅をしているんだ。旅人の足止めをさせ、毎日私らと海の上にいることが本当にいいことだと思うか？そんなことをしたら進み続ける南十字が前へ進もうとするものを妨げることになっちまう。
確かにうちらの考えが足りてなかった。
そういうことだ。それに忘れちゃならないのが、強者に同行を頼むよりも他者を引き寄せられるよう己を高めることだ。そのためにあんたらだって船に乗ったんだろ？
そうだな。強者はおのずと強くなる。
姉貴の教えを忘れるところだった。もう一度思い出させてくれてありがとうございます。
お、もう忘れんなよ。さあ、このことは気にせずさっさと仕事に戻んな。私はこれから旅人に話がある。よく来てくれた。改めて歓迎する。何も助けてなんかいないさ。客人のあんたを困らせたとなったら招待した私が恥をかいちまう。だがもし私がその噂に乗っかりそれを振りかざしていたら、きっと南十字はここまで来れなかっただろう。海の形は千変万化。南十字の棟梁として常に正しい航路を選ぶのが私の仕事だ。とはいえあいつらだって別に普段はあんな感じじゃない。みんな南十字の一員として誇りを持ってる。今日みたいにあんたを強く誘ったのもあんたを認めてるからだ。実力も人柄も申し分ない。だから彼らを悪く思わないでやってくれ。お、そいつはちょうどいいな。実は今新人の船員を集めて訓練してるんだ。海での生活についていろいろと学べるぞ。あんたが興味があるなら体験してみないか？陸で大活躍した旅人が海でもその才能を存分に発揮できるのか。ぜひとも私も見てみたい。どうだ？
ならついてきな。面白いもんを見せてやる。残りわずかしかないわ。If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. I'm Beto. You've heard of my ship, the Crux, and its crew? Alright, I'm off for a drink. No one willing to sell you a proper drink, huh? Perhaps I can... We're setting sail, men. Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux. That's right. You catch on quick. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you? You truly are an adventurer at heart. Let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Basic boat handling. Follow me. These are some older skirmish boats that we keep on the Alcor as backup. Although they've been made redundant by newer models now, they're still fully kitted out. They're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of crew training. Disappointed? So this isn't quite on the scale that you had in mind, huh? To be honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing I'd ever want to see. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation. Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and skirmish boats, and they alone are enough to handle most situations. The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire would be if it were a fight to the death. The Alcor serves only 2 purposes: to deter or to destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics. We're very careful about determining when to use force and exactly what level of force to use. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for new crew members. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels? You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner? Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural. In that case, I'll skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along. You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here so I can observe your... Nicely done. That was a joy to watch. Perfect timing on the turns, you kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show. All right. It's high time I introduced you to some of the more serious business that the Crux takes on. Come with me. We're going to Liyue Harbor.
I've got a bunch of interesting gadgets, all from my time with I've got a bunch of interesting gadgets, all from my time with Crux. I've got a bunch of interesting gadgets, all from my time with Crux.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you alright. Mark my words. Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kinda like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Actually, it's trading. In certain kinds of goods.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway.
Okay. Be careful. She has something to take care of. Mora Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the importing here, exporting there, the only difference between us and regular merchants is... You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such... Come on, let's go meet our trading partner.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
What do you have?
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, we've got... So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Ah! You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat? How do you expect me to get all those out?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder. Afraid that's not up to me.
Okay, then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales, that's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
What kind of fish scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking about? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you? I'm sorry, ma'am, but look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to go someplace else.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for professionals. For amateurs, the place to go to would be Wise Amateur Fishmongers.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what we wanted. That was just the first step in the transaction to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you alright. Mark my words. Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Come take a look!
Is this wise amateur fishmongers?
That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. The more amateur, the more of it we got. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you. On the house.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance, this ain't no ordinary fishtail. If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Great. I like your style. We have a deal.
I appreciate your patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse manager over there. A real amateur if I... No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Am... Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. The warehouse handles that side of things. Pay first, then we bring you the goods. That way you get the freshest catch.
Are you two here to collect your order, huh, Bade?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait. You know the rule.
Of course.
Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes to fishing. You have to wait till all... So, let me ask you this.
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be
The breeze should be bound for Guyan.
All right, then. Well received. I'll go and make a...
Great! I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery. The 3 people we just met are our business partners. Nay's professional fishmongers and Y's amateur fishmongers are just cover names. The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyan Stone Forest. The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight. What if I were to say yes? What would you do then? Thank you. But don't worry, I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any laws.
Captain Beidou, you gave me quite the surprise when you showed up in person earlier today.
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to show her how the Crux handles some of its important business.
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here. Please, feel free to take stock.
Stop! Nobody move! We have received certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business transaction at this location. Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Well, all the goods are here. If you have any suspicions, please inspect them at your leisure.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the tax declarations are all in order.
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up. I suppose we can put this down as a simple misunderstanding.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our end. Come on, let's go.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious. Seems like your friend still has a little catching up to do.
I know you have a lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all out for you.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou, I look forward to doing business with you again. Take care.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time. In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words, it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble. Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch. After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us. Looking at the time, it should be any... Look! That's the signal! Tonight's real deal is a... Do you have any more questions? You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things... She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm Liyue. In any case, there's another higher-level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't... But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list... have gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants. It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others who can't get their hands on it. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that. You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe. So, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you for now. Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up, you're welcome to come back here, and I'll tell you all about it. You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again.
More speed.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers. After this, one team will learn they will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Vision of the Crux. Oh, we don't have that many visions, kid. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux. Also, they're responsible for So, what do you think? As I expected. There are two main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on. Survival knowledge and As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields. Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew. If there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later. I look forward to seeing how you do.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and... Oh, I presume the captain arranged this, correct? All right then, let's begin. First of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face? That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea. I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job in an unforgiving environment. We have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious, or even fatal. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not... But hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution... Well, I think that's enough for you to think over for now. Is there anything else you would like to know? Are you concerned about them? No wonder, Captain. If you can convince Mora Grubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost, titled Convalescence Payments and regardless of the fleet's income. Those who have fought alongside us will some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have the money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. I'm sure being based on... Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason. But, if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beidou... Is there anything else you would like to know? Captain Beidou? Well, out of everyone, although I'm just a doctor, Beidou has given me the full authority to send any newcomers who I don't see as fit for service off the ship. Until they are ready to... Every time we're stocking up before a voyage, medicine takes top priority. I'm even allowed to choose the suppliers, regardless of the price. Do you know what Mora Grubber, our bookkeeper, calls this? A significant financial risk. But Beidou knows the importance of having a healthy crew. That's why she places her full trust in me and believes that I can solve these... So, to answer your question, is there anything else you would like to know? Wow!
Sorry about earlier, traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Oh! Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts. First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret. Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these, but if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the So my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect change. I think you can ask Captain Beto more about One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned the way we came out for fear. But Captain Beto still managed to draft a simple chart of the area we sailed through for if and when we. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do because I had the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. She treats the. I initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that that way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still. Captain Beto may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? My pleasure. A friend of
Hello, Traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology? In my line of work, I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member. Okay, let's get started. Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might take waterspouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and but if you know that waterspouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and you will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions with a significant difference in speed. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch.
Well, I'm good at reading the sea, but I'm not as good. Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshu Inn? I heard that when Captain was a kid, she worked there Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Managing to survive in an... If it wasn't for her, I never would have dreamed of taking this job. She gave me confidence and told... You may not have heard, but I'm best known outside the Crux fleet for a slightly infamous story. Who would ever have thought that the rookie sailor who fell drunk into the sea and became a laughingstock among their now former crewmates would then go on to become a lookout for the Crux? But it's the unbelievable truth. It proves that having skills alone is not enough. You need someone like the captain who is a good judge of character. Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Ahoy there, mateys!
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you alright. Mark my words.
Ahoy there, mateys! Time to set sail!
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think? Now you know that the shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illness. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members? Is that your final answer? Alright, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors. Okay, interesting. Now, last question. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. So, my question is, how can we reliably predict waterspouts so we can avoid them? Okay, those are all my questions. Do you want... I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you surprise me with something new. You got them all correct. They weren't the most difficult questions, but they weren't ones you could bluff your way through either. You've clearly been paying attention to my crew. Okay then, now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new recreational activities. Don't worry, all our recreational activities are respectable and, you need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days while everything... Looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything... That is why regular recreational activity... We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess... Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation, as well as communal wind listening. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged. Well, for today, at least, let's stick to the training schedule. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today.
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously. Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
Listen up, everyone! go back and call it a day.
What's going on here, Juza?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate. Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, Traveler. Great! It's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler. Oh yeah? What's that? Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be? Me? well, we could do that, or... Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Guyunstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten? Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives. Those were your exact words, Captain.
Were they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the camera. Or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber. Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Real funny, guys. Well, if you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, Traveler? Like... this? You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be... the lighting, or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that. You mean, go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
The lighting may still be a problem. But I'm open to persuasion. Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends. Well, Miaoguang Shoal is pretty relaxing. But if I want to enjoy the ocean breeze, why don't I just stay on board the Alcor and enjoy the breeze with my crew? So, I think we can just... Sorry about that. I guess I'll owe you a favor.
everyone can.
What's going on?
Oh, Captain. Well, Captain.
I see. That's... Oh? In that case, why don't you...
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be great if the
It's up to you, traveler. Great. It's settled then.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's one... Oh yeah? What's that? Fair enough. It seems... So, who will it be? Me? Guyunstone Forest look... So how about we
Come on, Captain. Scenery looks nice. Those were your exact...
Well, then in that case... Or... Fuzhong.
Seriously, Captain? You are the captain after all.
I agree. Besides, Captain, we can even use it...
Well, if you... So, what do I do now, traveler? Like this? You're kidding, right? It must be the lighting or something. I never said that. You mean go somewhere else?
Sounds good to me.
The light... But I'm... Oh, just to be... A view overlooking Liu... On second thought, I don't have any love. I'd prefer to be having fun together with my crew. So, I think we can just... Sorry about that. I guess I'll...
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
What's going on here?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain...
I see. That's quite unfortunate. Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case...
Yeah, it would be great if...
It's up to you, traveler. Great! It's set.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, that's one... Oh yeah? What's that? Fair enough. So, who will it be? Me? Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity. So how about...
Come on, scenery looks nice. Those were your exact...
Were they now? Strange. Well, then in that case, how about... Or Fuzhong? Or...
Seriously, Captain? You are the captain after all.
I agree. Besides, Captain, you've never had your... We can even use it to...
Real? Well, if you... So, what do I do now, traveler? Like... this? You're kidding, right? It must be... the lighting or something. You've got it wrong. I never said that. You mean go somewhere else, then bring the...
Sounds good to me.
The lighting may still be a problem. but I'm open to persuasion. Just to be... The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? That place is deserted. How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map. Treasure? There? I guess I missed out on that one. It just so happens that that little village is where I grew up. How about we take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit? I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing. Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called.